A while back I received a PM from a fundamentalist Christian asking me a few questions. Because it was a private message, I won't be giving out this person's username, but I still wanted to make a video in response to his message. Thank you for your PM. While I did find some of your questions a bit infuriating due to the fact that every atheist with a YouTube account already answered them several times, I do appreciate your respectful tone and I will try to respond in kind. You ask several questions, but the really important one, the one that truly deserves a serious response, is why do we atheists keep bothering Christians simply because they believe in God? Why do we comment on their videos? Why do we watch them? Why do we care at all? Well, I can only speak for myself. I don't care if you believe in God. As you point out, I can't know for a fact that God doesn't exist. And even if I did know that, it wouldn't, or at least it shouldn't, matter to me if people still believed he did, provided of course that they didn't use their beliefs to justify immoral behavior. What I care about is when people misrepresent mathematics, logic, and especially science in order to spread their religion or keep people in it. I don't object when a Christian says, I believe in God, but I can't prove he exists. It's simply a matter of faith. I believe it just because it makes my life feel more complete, or something like that. I do object when a Christian, or any other theist, says that science proves that God exists. Because it doesn't. It can't. The supernatural is something that cannot be studied scientifically. I object when creationists lie and say that science supports the idea of a young Earth, a global flood, or humans and other organisms being created by magic, or when they say there's no evidence supporting the theory of evolution or the Big Bang Theory. I object when they say that this is a controversial topic that's still being debated among scientists. It's not. The debate was over long ago. Young Earth creationism is bunk. Geology disproves it. Biology disproves it. Physics disproves it. They don't disprove God, but they disprove the story you guys insist must be true if God exists. This is why creationists want to go over the heads of scientists. See, if enough people believe that creationism is real science, the democratic process will lead to scientifically illiterate people getting scientifically illiterate politicians to order scientifically literate science teachers to lie about science in science classrooms. See, science teachers may not be scientists, but properly qualified high school science teachers are well educated in their subjects. They know creationism is garbage because they've actually studied real science at real accredited universities to get their teaching degrees. But what they teach is not up to them. As long as school is mandatory, it's only right that what gets taught is decided democratically. Unfortunately, this puts teachers in a position where they can be forced to lie. People who dedicate their lives to educating others about science would become the agents of the destruction of science. Yes, it is that serious, and no, it's not simply a matter of teaching both sides of some controversy. One side is science and the other isn't. By saying that both are science, the most important part of science has to be chucked out, the scientific method. One side uses it, the other does not. It's the scientific method that falsifies young Earth creationism, and that's why creationism is so dangerous. To teach young Earth creationism or even intelligent design is to lie about what makes science science. ID proponents like Michael Behe even argue that astrology should be taught as science. Why? Because without the scientific method, there's no way to distinguish pseudoscience from real science. And raising kids that can't tell them apart is exactly what creationists want. Why do I care about creationists spreading their garbage on YouTube? Because for everyone they convince, that's one more vote for the guy who wants science teachers to be forced to knowingly lie to their students, doing the exact opposite of what they chose to devote their careers to. Why do I care what the students get taught? Because those students will run this world someday. Our society relies on science, so it should go without saying that it needs to be run by people who understand science. Why do I care if science teachers can look themselves in the mirror and not see the face of a person who lies to kids for a living? Because I'm a science teacher.